What's good, everybody? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny Finesse. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're watching Offending Everybody: How Not to Get Kidnapped. If you're new to the channel and haven't hit that sub button, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. It goes a long way. We're halfway there to 1,300. Thank you to everybody that's hit the sub button. With that being said, let's get into it.
Welcome to Jamaica, the land of pristine beaches, crystal clear water, and ew, is that a poor person? Build the wall higher. I paid for the DLC, so remove these NPCs.
They do. Do they have walls? Yeah, they do. They got the resort area and then the regular city area.
You see, Jamaica is a paradise if you have money. If not, it's more like a prison with less
Yeah.
air conditioning. Oh, but it's still a tropical island.
You're in the slums. You're in the slums.
How bad could it? Is that child bathing in a puddle? Well, at least he has a nice view of the water park. Yeah, sucks to be poor in America, but Jamaican poor hits different. Ain't no food stamps here, just hour 7 of chasing that iguana like, come here, buddy. Come here. And to make it worse, Jamaica has one of the highest crime rates in the Caribbean. So even if you do catch dinner, you're only giving it to another predator. I'd be eating good. This is why I never had the desire to because I know you can't see it, but my face is very robbable.
Nah, he can outrun him.
The predator, I'd be eating
He can outrun him. You should be able to outrun him.
good. This is why I never had the desire
Unless he sneak on
I know
you.
you can't see it, but my face is very robbable. Combine that with my white skin, and I'm basically a beacon for free stuff. But there is something I love more than safety, and that's drugs. You see, in Jamaica, shrooms are legal. That's right, Daddy's looking for a little mental vacation.
Wait, shrooms is not shrooms is not legal? It's a mushroom. I never knew shrooms was illegal.
7-night cruise
Never
from
knew
Miami,
that,
Florida
bro.
to Falmouth, Jamaica, in order to open up my third eye. Once I arrived, I needed to get to Montego Bay, which is about 45 minutes away. Now, I could have hopped in a taxi and finger crossed I didn't end up in the trunk, but I decided to go with the safer option and book an excursion directly through the cruise line. However, the only excursion going that way also included a tour of a slave house. Because nothing
Wow.
says relaxation like a 2-hour reminder of being
Nobody
taken
want to
against the
see.
will. But I'd take white guilt
Yo,
and
that's
safety
crazy.
over he looks tasty any day. So I hopped on the bus and got to witness firsthand the Jamaican struggle. Where are all their shoes? Those streets have to be hot. Wait, is that hurricane debris their house? Hold up. Are those children working construction in 91-degree heat without
Damn.
any shoes? Jamaica really be taking poverty to a whole nother level. You know you're poor when your billboards are advertising air conditioning. Just waiting for coming soon, flushable toilets. Oh, let's get back to the human suffering. Like I mentioned earlier, there is no middle class here. So you'd either see golf course or possible corpse. And the resorts own most of the beaches. So if you're a local, that ocean might as well be a screensaver because you're not touching it. What else did I see? Oh,
Damn, they had him by the railroad and everything. They had him by the railroad and everything.
They see. Oh, churches everywhere. Apparently there's over 1,600 on the island, which makes sense because if I didn't have toilet paper, I'd be begging for help too. What else? Oh, you're gonna be shocked when I tell you this, but some Jamaican women be chunky. Crazy, right? How are you gonna choose pie over plumbing? But the most concerning thing I saw were the potholes. Bruh, this is not the place you want to get flat tire. Imagine seeing a bus full of mostly white tourists break down in front of a coconut stand. How could they not rob us?
That is crazy. But if they try to rob you, they will probably go to jail for a long time.
Unarmed. Sure, maybe the driver has a hidden shotty, but once you're past him, it's free stuff. Money, jewelry, Peter, whatever catches their eye. You flew from comfort to this? Not a wise choice, Pete. But luckily, we arrived safely at the slave house, specifically the Rose Hall Plantation. Now, I didn't
That is so
research it prior
crazy.
to arriving, but
They ain't fix
immediately
nothing
I
of
could
it?
tell it was bull. You know why this house is famous? Because a woman named Annie killed 3 of her husbands there. 3! What?
For what?
1 is impressive, 2 is savage, but 3? Yo, Annie be
And she had 3 husbands. She had 3 of them joints.
a gangster. How convenient she's a woman! Because a guy killing 3 broads, who cares? But a girl killing 3 boy toys? Oh, bring me a towel. Bring me a towel. Ladies, imagine standing right over the bed where Annie finally took her life back. God, doesn't it make you feel like your team got a victory? It's no secret men have been crushing you in the crushing stat department, so hearing of a brave woman finally ending her oppressors makes you makes you feel, you know? But don't let those feelings
All three of
blind you to
them.
the fact that this story is nonsense. First off, the house felt less like an historical site and more like a haunted attraction. Dusty relics,
Wow.
flickering lights, creepy paintings of white children.
Y'all in the nighttime?
The whole vibe screamed tourist trap. Then you had the tour guide who's really hamming up the whole ghost story, speaking in a soft tone whenever she mentioned Annie, like the bitch was floating next to her. I'm okay with the tour, but if you say my name again, then you best be using your indoor voice. Don't test me, Carol. You don't know what I'm capable of. What was that? Me, bitch! Me! Now, in fairness, some of the white people were eating up the whole ghost gimmick. I don't want to spoil a good time, but when someone starts spouting BS, I just have this compulsion to call it out. Like the tour guide would say, can you feel the energy in the room? What do you mean energy? Are we talking cold chill or butt smack? How handsy do these ghosts be getting? Slaves had to whistle while working to show they weren't eating the food. Really? All day? 7 slaves couldn't take a 30-second break to scarf down a pear? How attentive were these slave masters?
Nah, that's
What's the
crazy.
point of even having a slave if you have to watch him all the time? Annie poisoned her first husband. Really? You're sure you didn't get sick or fall out of a window or torn to shreds by a mongoose? How do you know how anyone died over 200 years ago? It's written in her journal. Wait, Annie's journal is where you're getting this info from? Not a camera or DNA evidence, just my first Twitter writing 3 teardrops. Moving on, our next stop will be the dungeon where the slaves
That's crazy.
were. I'm thinking, dungeon? This is a trap? I should probably go in last. If I hear one white person gasp, I'm booking it. But then I was like, wait, it's a cruise excursion. They're probably bringing us down there to $35. You're charging $35 to take a picture in front of some chains. And
That's crazy. They got him. They got him. They got him.
is that a bar? No, I don't want to drink. Why would I want
And
to
they got a bar down there. Like, they didn't fix the whole house, but they got a bar down there. What?
up in Diddy's basement? Mother of God.
What?
Is that an ice cream machine? Ice cream.
He said an
You
ice cream
scream. The
machine?
souls of the enslaved scream for
Ice cream machine?
Then they take us outside, and oh look, more stuff to buy. Are those shitty wood carvings? God, I always wanted a 20-inch bowl with cracks in it. No, I'm sure it'll fit great in my carry-on. Then they take us to a grave with a bunch of change on it, and I'm thinking, here we go. Legend has it that putting change on the tombstone wards off evil. Really? What kind of evil? Are we talking cancer or hiccups? If I put more money on, does that defend me against more evil? How much not to stub my toe again? Wait, how long does the money have to be on the tombstone for it to activate? Can I just place it, then pick it back up? Like, you dumbass nerd. Also, what do you mean ward off evil? I'm from America. Money attracts evil. The kind of evil that might, let's say, con people into thinking they could buy spiritual protection. Yeah, even after my huge rant, one of the tourists still puts money on the grave. I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in a human being. If I could curse you, I would. Finally, the tour ends with us being led
they're
into
not
a
paying
gift shop
attention to
because,
you, that's
of
what it
course,
is.
nothing encapsulates centuries of oppression quite like Skittles. So to recap, buy some pictures, drinks, ice cream wood, enchanted armor, and Skittles, all while on a paid tour. Cool.
And Skittles.
It's drugs time, right? So while peeps are shopping, I go up to the driver and say, hey, so just to confirm, you're dropping us off in Montego Bay, right? No, sorry, we're just driving through. Wait, I thought the tour mentioned we're stopping in Montego. Sorry, the cruise line has determined it's just too dangerous at the moment. Okay, would it be possible for you to drop just me off? Where are you trying to go? Island strain? Oh, you're looking to get twisted, Whitey. You know it. Okay, I could drop you off, but you gotta find your way back. Way back. Yeah.
Nah, that's risk and rewards.
Software update, and I'm not leaving without it. So we continue on to Montego as I begin to prepare. First, I try looking up some taxis on my phone, but just like my pastor, AT&T be f***ing me. Then I start counting my money, thinking, okay, I have $220. The shrooms can't be more than $120. Is $100 even enough to get me back? Wait, what if I can't find a ride back? Normally Montego is quite popular, but currently the U.S. has them in a level 4 travel advisory, meaning don't even think about it. So there's probably a lot less random cabs hanging about. How am I gonna... And just like that, we're here. Driver shoots me a look like, good luck. As I'm exiting, immediately I'm confronted by a Jamaican woman wearing a Dallas Cowboys jersey.
Yo, why she got
What you
that?
need, cutie? I'm like, no thanks, girl, and beeline into the store. Store was quite small, and kind of felt like being in a Zelda game, with a waist-high counter, some merch, and a smashable NPC. I tell the clerk I'm looking for 5 grams of dry mush. She says it only comes in packages of 3.5, meaning it's either $60 for one or $120 for 2. Normally I just get 2, but I still don't know if I have enough money to get back. So as I'm debating, 5 Jamaican guys come in the store behind me. I take one look at them.
Oh,
and
man, it's
quickly turn
over.
back to the clerk saying, I'll take 2. As I exit the store, so do all the guys, which is unsettling because they didn't purchase anything and I am not on the menu. So I start doing that white person speed walk and everyone yells, hey Whitey, we just want to talk. As I hear them getting closer, I panic and throw a bunch of 5s I had in my back pocket like a Batman smoke grenade. Then I turn the corner and bump into Miss Dallas, who says, hey cutie, you looking for a ride? I'm like, yes, while continuously looking around for any other option. All right, I'll call for one right now. As she's calling, the guys come around the corner, and right as I'm about to book it, Miss Dallas says, "Hold on, fellas, he's with me." The guys hesitate, whisper something to each other.
That's lucky.
You think I'd be
He's
relieved?
lucky.
Thinking, did she send him in there to scare me so I'd come running out to her? This thinks she's slick. Then Miss Dallas says,
Aw, damn.
Picking up. Here, come with me to the store across the street. What? Why? They have a phone I can use to call someone else. Believe me, you're not going to find anyone else out here. My sus meter was at max, but having no other good options, I say, all right. So I follow her into the store.
Yeah, you had no choice.
Doorway, doing my best chameleon impression. In the store are two guys, and one of them has a cast on his arm. I'm thinking, I bet that's a misdirect. Oh, I'm so feeble. I would never clothesline to the head. Then Miss Dallas says, he's on his way. Give him like 10 to 15 minutes. Pause. Let's do some.
Oh, that's
First,
scary.
when someone says 10 to 15
minutes.
they really mean 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah,
obviously,
for sure.
you have to add CP time on top of that, making the arrival somewhere between 30 minutes, and he ain't coming. But again, having no other good options, I just say, all right. As I'm waiting, cast arm says, you can have a seat back here. No thanks, Hulk hand. I'm good where I'm at. Then Miss Dallas starts chit-chatting with me, saying, what do you do for a living? Me? I'm a MMA fighter. What's that? UFC, Dana White, CTE? You don't know what cage fighting is? Like boxing? Yeah, with kicks and grappling. Oh, you don't look like a fighter. Why don't you come at me and see how good my single leg takedown is? I'll take your word for it. Hey, so it's been about 20 minutes. You mind giving this guy another call? Oh, and ask how much it'll be. Don't worry, he won't scam you. Cool, but I still need to know how much it is, because I may not have enough. Oh, I'm sure you could work something out. Now I'm thinking, what the f does that mean, work something out? Does he take handies as payment? What if my callous hands keep making him flaccid? I can't stick a hot dog more than 2 inches in my mouth without gagging, so blowies are off the table. Then I see the 5 guys from before walking across the other side of the street shooting.
It's over.
I'm like, hey,
they cool
so
now. They
where's
cool
this
now.
Driver? It's been longer than 15 minutes. He's coming. Now I'm really looking like a crackhead, pacing back and forth with sudden squirrel-like movements. Finally, a black, unmarked van pulls up to the shop, and the lady goes, there he is. My brain's thinking,
The dollar van.
panic! So the first thing I do is walk over and take pictures of the license plate. Normally I'd send them to a friend, but AT&T still be fucking me. Then I asked the driver if he has a business card, and he did, which was a great sign. Because if he's gonna kidnap me, then at least he put in some effort to make it look legit. Then I asked how much it'll be, and he says $75. I'm like, sounds good, and hop in the van. As we're pulling away, the driver says,
that's fire.
Quick stop first.
You didn't say thank you? Damn, you didn't say thank you?
But, what kind of stop? I just gotta drop something off real quick. Or drop someone off. Listen, I really need to get back to my cruise. I'll pay extra if we don't make the stop. Driver hesitates and says,
oh.
So as we're driving, I go to get the money, when I realize I only have $45. That's 30 less than the agreed upon amount on top of the kidnapping surcharge. I'm thinking, where the hell did all my money... Oh, I forgot I made it rain on all those Jamaican boys. Well, I'm dead. How am I going to get out of the car and past security? Wait, I got it. Fast forward 35 toe tapping minutes later, and we arrive at the cruise port. I quickly scarf down the shrooms and tell the driver, hey, before I leave, we should take a picture together. Excuse me? Well, it must be difficult getting business nowadays, and if you post pictures of you and happy white people, it might help bring in some customers. That's not a bad idea.
Oh, like you
Get out of the
play.
van and take a selfie. Then I dab him $35 and start hustling towards security. After about 10 feet, I hear him yell, hey, white boy, this ain't enough. Then I go up to the guard, slip him my final $10 and say, hey, I'm trying to get back to my cruise, and this guy's trying to sell me drugs. The guard says, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Move along. Then I hustle.
Nah, he got out of there.
White people. Comfort and safety never tasted so good. Now, after all this struggle, how were the shrooms? Terrible! First off, they tasted like I tongue-punched a fart box. Secondly, the only effects I got were nausea, fatigue, and a slight amount of giggles. Well, maybe you just didn't take enough. I took 7 milligrams. I literally can't take any more without vomiting. Oh, well, maybe you just got a bad batch. No! No! Because this is the second time I've done this.
Damn, how are shrooms?
And with essentially the same
how are
effects.
them?
I flew to Amsterdam a few months back to try truffles, and those were dud as well. Both were over the counter, so it's not like some dreaded up dude sold me pizza toppings. Ugh, I spent so much money for enlightenment, and all I bought is food poisoning! So what's the lesson in all this? Well, when you're in a foreign country looking for drugs, make sure to bring protection, or else you might get f***ed by AT&T! Okay, it says Rose Hall was bought in
Nah, that's crazy though. He dead got away.
by former Miss USA Michelle Rollins and her entrepreneur husband John Rollins. I knew it was owned by a white guy. They refurbished it at great personal expense and conceptualized a tour and museum. Conceptualized. What a fancy way of saying made up. What else? According to legend, bitch, you mean lie. According to lies, a white
Oh, so he looked this shit up and realized it's a scam. Hey.
witch named Annie Palmer, who murdered 3 of her husbands, haunts the property. An investigation of the legend in 2007 concluded that the story was fictionalized. Oh, who could have possibly seen that coming? But leave it to white people, always finding a way to earn money off of slaves. You know you.
That's so crazy, man. If you made it to the end of the video, you obviously like the video. Make sure you hit that sub button.